The best healthcare is there in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it. We may not see it, but we feel it. It lets us know we're not in this alone. Everyone deserves a healthcare partner who never quits. One who's there for what matters. United Healthcare. There for what matters.
Want your boss to put some real action behind the rhetoric when they talk about making your workplace more inclusive? Find out how to hold their feet to the fire and demand diversity on the Diversity Dude podcast.
Hello there, and welcome back to the Diversity Dude podcast. I'm your host, Lambert Fisher, marriage and family therapist, award-winning author, and national speaker on the topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. And for those of you who are interested in even more positive and encouraging tips and strategies beyond what I share in podcasts like this, then feel free to check out my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, nationally recognized for the unique way in which it addresses the often difficult topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. Designed for more than just therapists, if you're a helping professional in any way, Diversity in Clinical Practice can help you meet the greatest variety of cultural needs possible for those whom you serve, and it's available in paper and audiobook versions for your convenience. And whether it be through my one-on-one relationship building efforts as a therapist or my informing and empowering efforts as an author or speaker, know that my personal mission is to do my part to improve the world one strengthened relationship at a time. So, today I want to share with you a few encouraging words about being culturally considerate during the holidays. So for many, it starts the day after Halloween, and for many others, it begins the day after Thanksgiving. Either way, this time of the year is generally considered by many to be the beginning of what popular song often calls the most wonderful time of the year, the holiday season. Now, for a lot of people, the holiday season being referenced is Christmas, a holiday which is celebrated with colorful lights and other decorations in homes, stores, communities far and wide. There are theatrical productions and other commemorative events. And whether or not you watch a Christmas movie marathon or listen to a radio station dedicated 100% to Christmas music, one thing you're bound to hear at some point, somewhere, is Merry Christmas. Now, Merry Christmas is a greeting that a lot of people look forward to all year. Although just a casual greeting to some, this positive and encouraging greeting is a breath of fresh air in an often negative and discouraging world with an ever decreasing amount of positive social interactions. And yet, no matter how safe and negative the world can feel at times, this time of the year often feels different. There's a freedom to express unearned positivity and potentially lift someone's outlook on the day, and maybe even beyond that day, through a simple phrase, Merry Christmas. And yet, many find it confusing to discover that this positive, well-intentioned phrase isn't universally appreciated. Some even find it offensive, leaving many to be confused as to why it's considered so problematic, and if so, what can be done differently. So, while admittedly only a sneak peek to a larger topic with a lot of significant implications, I'll use this brief time to share with you a few considerations that can help you understand and navigate the often delicate topic of expressing Merry Christmas during the holiday season. Consideration number one, saying Merry Christmas may send the wrong message. How so? Well, saying Merry Christmas to someone who also celebrates Christmas has a great chance of being received positively and even appreciated by the person who hears it. Because of this alone, saying Merry Christmas isn't automatically a bad thing. In many ways, it can be appreciated and received as positively as it is intended to be. However, Christmas isn't the only holiday celebrated during this time of the year. Many celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, winter solstice, and many others. Because of this, you may be saying Merry Christmas in hopes of a message that is heard of, I hope you experience a season of happiness, while the other person you're speaking to might instead hear, if you want to truly be happy this time of the year, learn to appreciate the only real December holiday, and that's Christmas. That may not be what you're literally saying, but that's often what's heard. And this is often influenced less by the actual well-intended words that you're saying, and instead it's influenced by experiences that they've had that precede you. Which brings me to consideration number two. Not everyone has experienced Christmas as being merry. What do I mean? Well, when Christmas is primarily about lights, songs, and presents, then it's hard to argue the positive feelings and intentions behind it. However, when the celebration of Christmas is connected to the celebration of one's faith beliefs and related values, then it's easy to see how many have felt so strongly and passionately about these beliefs and values that they may have unhealthily attempted to compel others to share not only their beliefs, but also the expression and celebration of those beliefs, especially during holidays. Now, as a therapist, I've gained a great appreciation for the reality that having strong, passionate feelings is fine, especially about something or someone that can make someone else feel so focused on sharing that passion, a good thing, that they become unable to see the impact that passion has on others, which makes it not so good thing. Particularly in minimizing the reality that they may already have their own faith beliefs or their own celebrations and beliefs about how they want to feel and celebrate their holidays that they similarly feel passionate about. Not only that, but many have considered Christmas to be not so merry because it has often been associated with their preferred and valued holidays being ignored, or worse, minimized and disrespected. When the holiday season becomes a competition with winners and losers, then it can have a result that's more harmful than it is merry. Now, maybe you've had the great privilege of never having seen the holidays like this, and that's great. But unfortunately, there are many who have not had the privilege of experiencing it in any other way. So when you say Merry Christmas, remember again that it's fine if you know that the person you're speaking to is someone who has a similar holiday preference. While also considering that if you're not sure of someone's holiday preferences, remember that there are many who have experienced it differently by what has come before you, and consequently, a different message may be conveyed. This is why many prefer to simply express Happy Holidays. For while this feels to many to be a politically correct watering down of their favorite Christmas holiday, it can instead be seen simply as a similarly positive and encouraging greeting that can also attempt to be respectful and considerate of holidays other than Christmas, which may be celebrated by that person being spoken to. Instead of unintentionally conveying a supremacy of Christmas over other holidays, Happy Holidays conveys a message of whatever holiday you celebrate, if any at all. I hope your season is a happy one. Now, before I go, the therapist in me has to express one more thing. In addition to remembering that Christmas is not the only December holiday, and making efforts to avoid unintentionally minimizing or disrespecting someone else's preferred holiday, it would be also good to remember consideration number three. Many have simply had not so merry past Christmases, making this time of the year difficult for them. Again, this is less about the right or wrongness of saying Merry Christmas. Instead, it's an acknowledgement that just as someone's preference for happy holidays isn't an indictment on Merry Christmas, someone's lack of or unhealthy reception to your expression of Merry Christmas may not necessarily be an indictment on Christmas itself at all. Rather, it may be more of an external reflection of an internal battle with depression or other difficult emotions following a history of loss during the holiday season. Maybe they've experienced loss of a life of a loved one during the holidays. Maybe that loss occurred some other time of the year, but this is the first holiday season without that loved one. Maybe the loss was the ending of a significant relationship. Maybe their feelings are related to the desire to provide a happy holiday season for their family, but they may lack the financial resources to do so. Or maybe they simply don't have the social network or family or friends at all to truly experience all that this season potentially holds for many. No matter the motivation, if there's someone around you who is not experiencing a happy holiday season, instead of getting upset that they didn't reciprocate your Merry Christmas or Happy Holiday greeting, offer a gift of empathy, offer compassion. It is here where we can make the most of opportunities to give a gift of encouragement without expecting anything in return. Maybe you can even invite these individuals in your community to meals, events, or other gatherings. You never know. These may be one time connections, or they may start that way but turn out to be mutually appreciated long term connections, creating great holiday memories of what the holidays can bring for years to come. My hope for you is that you would truly make the most of this time of the year when people are more likely to be free with giving and receiving positive greetings, while also being considerate of some of the ways in which people experience the holidays differently. Instead of conveying a need for holiday competition or feeling threatened by differences in expression, learn to both be you and be flexible so that others can feel free to be themselves, doing what would hopefully indeed be a happy holiday season for everyone. And with that, I'll say thanks again for listening to the Diversity Do podcast. If you have any pressing diversity related questions that you'd like me to address on an upcoming podcast, or if your organization is in need of a shame free and empowering guest speaker or training on this often sensitive topic, then feel free to reach out to me directly at www.diversitymadesimple.com. Or if you know anyone else who can benefit from a positive, encouraging perspective on this often difficult and sensitive topic of diversity, feel free to send them a link to this podcast so that they can be encouraged as well, or share with them my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, available at Amazon.com. And as usual, I look forward to addressing as many topics as possible in future podcasts to help you improve as many relationships as possible at work, at home, and in your community. And as always, remember this: you don't need to know everything about everyone in order to have a positive impact on someone. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day.
Tune in each week and find out how to demand and implement diversity at your job. To hear more, check out previous Diversity Dude shows on ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Ridership on Metro Transit is up. The number of folks taking buses, light rail, commuter trains has jumped by 21% over last year. This means more reliable, extended service and more connection for all of us riders. Have you noticed the expanded service on some key routes? Trips have been added to the Metro Orange line, and the frequency has improved to every 15 minutes. And the Metro A line operates every 10 minutes between noon and 6 p.m. on weekdays. Not only that, the bus route that operates in the core routes 2, 10, and 18 all have weekday service increased to every 10 minutes between noon and 6 p.m. All across the system, you're seeing service that is available earlier and later, and more service available on weekends. So come along for the ride on your Metro Transit.
If you or someone you love is at higher risk and tests positive for COVID-19, there are some antiviral medications that can really help. These are prescribed pills that you take by mouth. These antiviral medications can benefit people who are older or have chronic underlying health conditions. Starting these medications as soon as you are diagnosed can help prevent your case of COVID-19 from becoming severe. You're less likely to be hospitalized or even die from COVID-19 when you're on the antiviral medication. So consult with your trusted healthcare provider right away if you test positive to see if these antiviral medications are right for you. And remember, it's better to prevent COVID-19 than to treat it once it hits. That's why it's recommended that all Minnesotans over 6 months of age get the updated COVID-19 vaccine.
It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
When I walked across that stage at my high school graduation, I was excited, but confused about my next step. Then I walked through the doors at Doherty Family College. Doherty Family College is part of the University of St. Thomas. It's a 2-year college that lets you earn an associate's degree and puts you on a path to your bachelor's degree. Classes are small, so I have a personal relationship with professors committed to my success. Like the name says, they treat us like family. They call us scholars because they believe we could do anything we put our minds to. They set us up for excellence with free tutoring, and that's not the only thing that's free. Laptops, books, even breakfast and lunch, and bus fare. That's part of the package here at Doherty Family College. It's even free to apply. So do like I did. Go to dfc.stthomas.edu and set up a tour. We'd be excited to welcome you to our family here at Doherty Family College.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.